sensational piece of play.
He's going to get mowed down, surely. Look at that! Reaches out and bangs it down. Crabbing across the field is Liu Xiaoshan, and after her Shamwai summon, she just can't compete with the pace of Liu Xiaoshan. And look at the joy. We're going to Tokyo, baby.
Trusting in recent experience, China embraced the positive aspects of hosting the Asia Rugby Women's Olympic qualifier and discarded completely the negative pressures associated with playing at home to capture an automatic place in next year's Tokyo Summer Olympic Games.
The loss that we had against Japan affected the girls, you know. It made everybody outside of our environment quite noisy too. And that was something that I hadn't experienced before. So we learnt a lot, and like anything, you know, you've got to show that resiliency, you know. I think, you know, South Africa showed that in the World Cup, you know, so losing the first game and then building in that tournament.
As the men gather in Incheon, South Korea to sort out who will join Japan in next year's Tokyo Olympics Rugby Sevens competition, Korea is hoping that some of that magic from China might rub off on them as they prepare to host the men's Olympic qualifier.
한국에서 개최하는 이유는 저희들이 그 올림픽이라는 큰 무대를 간절히 바라고 정말 그 한국 럭비인들의 염원인 올림픽 진출이라는 것은 저희들한테 아마 한국 럭비사에 있어 가지고 큰 발전을 기대할 수 있을 걸로 생각합니다.
A major impediment to Korea's hopes is Hong Kong, who reached the finals in all three Asia Rugby 7 Series events in September, beating China in one and going down to Japan, who has already qualified as host in the other two.
I suppose it's like you got to look at it like we would be favourites because of what's happening in the Asian series, with us finishing runners up to Japan. Yeah, but it's everybody's best opportunity. We're fully aware of that, and we're fully aware of how strong China are, fully aware of how strong Korea will be, fully aware of how strong Philippines are, and also Sri Lanka are capable of causing any side problems. So we just can't be complacent at all.
For us, it's about not changing anything else. You know, nailing down the little details and the things we've done successfully in the past to hopefully continue that success. And also, you know, the fact that the Olympic cherry is on the line makes a big difference. You know, it adds that bit of extra kick for everyone. You know, not just us. So it makes everyone a tough opposition, I think.
One of the wild cards here is Sri Lanka. Until this past September, it had been a clear top four program over the past 3 years. There are always internal difficulties hindering its prospects for success. But if it can manage to get its best athletes here, Sri Lanka may be in a position to run the table.
Oh man, අපි ලොකු ප්‍රෙපරේෂන් එකක් මේ කරලා අපි මාස 4ක් විතර අපි සෙල්ලම් කරලා ආවේ. මේ ඊට පස්සේ දැන් මාස 4කින් පස්සේ මේ අපේ අන්තිම ටූර්නමන්ට් එක ඔලිම්පික් ක්වොලිෆයර් අපි මැච් එකට යන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ. ඒ වගේම ෆයිනල් එකක් එන්න තමයි අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ.
And of course, Korea won its home Asia Rugby 7 Series event just 2 years ago, showing that they can occasionally come up with the goods, no doubt prompting officials in Seoul to put up their hands when it came time to bid on the hosting rights for this year's Olympic qualifier.
아무래도 이번 그 시리즈에서 우리가 1, 2, 3차 대회를 하면서 좀 문제점이 많이 발생을 해서 오히려 그때 문제점이 발생을 한 게 우리한테는 더 큰 이득이 된 것 같다고. 일단은 계속 그렇게 실수가 나왔음으로 인해서 우리가 이제 뭐 디펜스나 이제 공격적인 부분에서 조금 더 이제 필요한 부분을 더 강화할 수 있어가지고.
But if any of the magic that saw the Chinese women through in Guangzhou manages to make the northeastern journey across the Yellow Sea, it may be the Chinese men who are the recipients. Under first-year coach Chris Lane, it is clearly a program on the rise.
It's not a first-hand sport in China. You know, a lot of the players originally come from different sports. They're good athletes, but we're learning how to be a little bit rugby smarter and how to compete properly in tournaments over 2 days.
With Afghanistan joining the usual suspects in pool play, 9 teams are divided into 3 groups, with quarter-final action at the start of day 2, following a play-in game at the end of day 1 between the 8th and 9th place finishers by tiebreaker.
This gathering comes once every 4 years. So in its nature, it's so special to me, so special to all unions. It's also special to each player and each national team, men's or women's. What is the dream of every player? Is to play at the Olympics. This is the pinnacle of every player.
The winning Chinese women were both hosts and favourites coming into its qualifier 2 weeks ago. With Korea as host and Hong Kong as heavy favourites in the men's qualifier, something was going to have to give. However, first up on day 1 was pool play, where teams were jostling for quarterfinal seedings. Hong Kong cruised through its group with massive wins over Malaysia and Chinese Taipei. But Malaysia got a pool win with a 26-9 effort over Chinese Taipei. China had a tougher pool draw but managed to hold on over an ever-improving Philippines 26-15. Singapore went down in both of its matches, but in the race for best third-place finisher, its losses were both respectable. And Korea, just a second seed in its own pool, saw off top seed Sri Lanka with a comfortable 44-7 win. Day 1 ended with Afghanistan beating Chinese Taipei to earn the final spot in the quarters.
9 different countries participate in this occasion, but I can notice that every 9 countries, the level of the Asian rugby, the skill is getting higher and higher.
The hosts and Malaysia got day 2 underway with the tournament's first semi-final place on the line.
Quick tap and go by Lee Seong-Bei. They got numbers out here. Can they work it? And unselfishly, Jiang puts away Bang Jun-Young. And a very efficient start by the Koreans. And off they go again. Here's the space back on the inside to Chang Yong-Hung, lining up. And Bang this time, he's going to bang it down for a second. He won't be denied this time.
일단 선수들이 한 마음 한 뜻으로 일단 무조건 우승을 한다는 생각으로 한 경기 한 경기 최선을 다해서 우승하려고 노력을 하고 있습니다.
The 7th seeded Singaporeans were all that stood in the way of a mouth-watering semi-final between Korea and China.
Big wide passes, but someone's got to straighten up. Nathan Wong here. Yeah, look at the big reach of Gao Bing there in 4. He's on the floor. He's about 2. He's over 2. He's about 2 meters tall, let's say. 6'8" or 9. And here they go. This is the man as well to watch. 4 tries yesterday for this fella. And he's in for an early one. Hu Jinyi. A lot of bounce passes here. Just slipping up off the grass, getting along. Liu. Here he goes again. Goodness me. No, Hu Jinyi. Great tackle coming in around the ankles by Adam Vine. But it's too close to the line. You can't stop him getting a first half hat trick.
我们的想法就是，如果我们能进，我们会尽全力去进。但是面对我们还是有很大的挑战，我们全队都在努力当中。
In the most evenly matched quarter of the day, Sri Lanka was looking to hold off the Philippines in its quest for qualification.
Olivier gets the arm going. Can he slide over on the dewy grass? Oh, beautifully done there from Dansha and the skipper. He saved an early try there, and now they'll come away. They've got the pace to go 80-90. Don't worry about that. Here's one of their try scorers, Silva, number 2, and look at the gas, come on. We're off to the races here. Coleman's not going to match him, no way. And Riza, he's got blistering pace, and that's a 100-meter effort from over their own try line. Sensational from the Tuskers. Robertson swoops in, sees an opportunity down the blind, closes up for Coleman. Good rush defence coming in from Dansha Day in there to stop that one temporarily. Good hands. Robertson with no one or one in front. 2, 3 in front. They come across quickly, the Tuskers, and they give away another penalty. Coleman, this is desperate stuff here. Olivier steps off the right, beats the last tackle, goes under the post to take the lead for the first time. Oh, look at the big shove again from the Volcanoes. That's obviously a target for them. Oh, that's all over the place. How's this going to go? It's a penalty to the Philippines now. Here's a golden opportunity. Smith goes quick, fires it out to the main man, Robertson. Puts on a bit of step, just pins his ears back. Look at the strength from Nick Robertson.
From yesterday, the boys were obviously very disappointed that we were looking to come 2 from 2. Obviously, unfortunately, we lost out to China, who are a very strong outfit. So very much the mindset today was we always knew eventually that we would play Hong Kong at some point, whether it would be in the final, whether it be in the semi-final. So we've just come the other side of the draw. So again, our first job was purely on Sri Lanka, trying to get a really good, solid performance in. And it was evident there the boys put in a good performance, and we'll build for the next game. We'll recover now, and we'll give Hong Kong a very good game like we always do.
And Afghanistan, courtesy of a quarter-final play-in win over Chinese Taipei, took on the tournament favourites.
Big carry from Sabir, slow Mankel, gets the ball free. Look at this. It's a little bit scrappy, and Mustaf knocks that forward to Webb, and surely there's some space out wide now if they can find it. It's a bounce pass to Jones. It takes the impetus out of the movement. Jones, they'll have him on. Oh, Jones gets away with the fend. A great individual effort coming up here from Lee Jones. One of the veterans out there. He scoots away, and finally they break the deadlock. Here's Coverdale, ball in 2 hands, looking to put Max Woodward as skipper, who's going to just go hard at the line, and Mustaf gets helped out by Gazang to finish Woodward off. Another loose pass there. Yu Kam Shing, though, they're going to stretch them right here, and surely Lee Jones is going to go in for 2. And, well, they won't be truly happy with it yet, but they're building something here, Hong Kong.
Physically, Afghanistan offered a little bit more than the teams yesterday. You know, they're big boys. They have a go, and they're aggressive, and that was good for us to get a few big contacts under us before we go into the semi-final now.
Korea raised its hand to host the event, hoping that it could pay dividends for the boys. Now it was time to put that decision to the test versus, arguably, the region's next best team after Hong Kong.
They won it back. Final moments of this first half.
Well, no penalties will be the call. No penalties.
Luluda tries to seize the moment. Fends off a couple, steps a couple, brings out all the tools from the toolbox, the big skipper. The two skippers collide, and Park is penalised with the post beckoning. The Hooter about to go. Korea throwing everything at this ruck. Luluda's there, doesn't have a crack himself. Lee Haitao reaches out, he's over! Trying to break this deadlock right on the Hooter. Ma Chong, the steadying influence of Ma Chong.
Be fascinating to see what the mentality of the Chinese is here, and whether if they score another try. Look at that shot! What a hit!
Holy smokes, would you believe that?
And he looks up and he wonders, who was that guy?
Jang Song Min has put an absolute belter in here. And Shan, the danger man, doesn't know what's hit him. They need a conversion. Jang, can they give him a bit of space?
Oh,
there he goes. Ooh, he puts the brakes on. Does the trigonometry, hasn't got the angle. Kokolad, Kim Hyun-soo. Someone's got to take by the scruff of the necks. Here's Jang Song Min. Big Jang Song Min.
here's the big man.
Jang!
He's
Jang!
going in.
Jang comes round.
Get around, son.
He's going to equalise. And that's what he does. The crowd erupts. The roof is lifted here. They bring it within 2. Conversion to come. Kokolad with the extra 2. We're odd evens here. It's 7 apiece. The crowd, the dream stays alive. That's a tricky customer squirting along the floor, and they've done it again. Yeah, it is. Oh, it's 7-all at the Hooter. We're going to go into extra time. So who can hold on here? China, they need the ball back through the gap. Goes Kim Namuk, the substitute. Look at the Chinese piling in. They've
Not kept their feet.
They've not kept their feet, but what an avalanche they threw at that. Kim Namuk with the break.
Well, they're desperate to try and turn the ball over, aren't they, China?
Here goes Jang with the leg drive.
Oh,
Drags two along with him.
Lee
Lee Song Bai clears
They've got to
it.
find the pace, Poosa.
Jang Jongmin's out wide. They try to put him away. Jang's away. Jang gets on the outside. He's come off the bench and saved their bacon. Look at the man starfishing. Kokwalard slides in. Kim Namuk. They are going to the big dance, the final, Jed. What a finish from Korea.
힘들게 이겨가지고 진짜 너무 다들 끝까지 포기하지 않고 결승전까지 갈 수 있게 돼갖고 너무 좋고 진짜 힘들게 올라간 만큼 꼭 우승해가지고 올림픽 진출하겠다고.
With the hosts miraculously through to the final, it was now up to Hong Kong and the Philippines to determine an opponent.
Coverdale secures, Woodward's with him, and it opens up, but around the ankles comes Fogarty. They're really making them work hard, aren't they, the Volcanoes? Kadulu scoots that up off the floor and puts his head down. Finally taken by Fogarty again. Russ Webb to Coverdale. They're just metres out now. Look at the intensity, though, from Fogarty. Nothing's going to come easy for Hong Kong. Kadu Lee fires a long one out to Yu Kam Shing, and look at that tackle from Tommy Gilbert. Their lives depending on it. Can they keep this up? 4.5 gone. Hood's on the scene.
Well, Tommy Gilbert, he'll work until he stops.
Now they've got the numbers. That's well worked. They've come back to the blind, and eventually the Volcanoes run out of numbers. It was a good read as Hood goes down like a sack of potatoes in the background. He looks hurt, and that's a concern for Hong Kong, but they're on the board for Coverdale. And they try to disturb it at the front through Dawson. They can't. The Hooter goes. They'll look for one on the Hooter to put a little breathing space between the two sides. Yu Kam Shing straightens. Russ Webb finds Kaduli on the outside. Now just gently probing each side. Lee Jones decides to step on the hammer. Always tries to get the ball away, and he does so. Coverdale now. There's a couple to beat, though. Fogarty with the tackle. Nice hands between Webb and Woodward. Woodward's away. Gives it back to Webb, and he can't take it. Hang on. There's going to be a penalty try here by the looks. Big drama here in Korea as Joe Dawson gets himself a yellow card in the process. He's got in the middle of Webb and Woodward there, and he's upset the try. That's a big blow on the Hooter. Smith gets it away to Fogarty, and there's just nowhere to penetrate. Two tackles come in. Over the ball goes Kaduli. He's going to win the penalty, and he taps and goes, but he's off the mark. The defence, Jed, looking very tight, and away they go. Webb again. Oh, nicely done from Kaduli to Woodward. Still the numbers come, and Tom McQueen skips inside one, and he belts down try number 3 for Hong Kong. And that could be the ball game.
Look at this coming on now. Max Denmark's in the mix, so...
Oh, here we go. Dolman reaches for the pocket.
Oh, dear.
First bit of action for Denmark, and he flies in, bolt upright. And he's just, face on face, isn't it?
Dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Hugo Stiles is on for Kaduli. His first job is to hit Coverdale, which he can't do. But somehow he manages to get the ball back.
Gee whiz.
Makes amends. Alex McQueen is also on. Look at this, close to the line. I think it's Coverdale. McQueen Webb, who's on the end. It's the McQueens collaborating. Denmark, he's back on the field and he won't be stopped. Makes up for his indiscretion earlier.
By no means an easy game. We knew they'd come at us physically. Big guys having a go, dangerous players. And I think, the scoreline doesn't really reflect how tough it was. It reflects maybe how happy I am with how we defended, I think. But really tough game, and I think it's just what we needed, really, a real physical test before that final.
China would be gutted under normal circumstances, but with a place in the Olympic repechage on the line, they needed to regroup in the face of a strong Philippine challenge.
Here goes Olivier. He's got isolated here. They sense it. Good work by Gilbert to come in there and just rescue that one. Dawson with the short pass. Coleman running straight and hard, and he bounces out of one. He's full of grunt. Coleman. Olivier to Smith. Ooh, that could have turned ugly. Almost looked like a tip here. Looks straightening up. Goes Coleman. Could this be the moment? He's going to go all the way. He wants to try and bring that around as much as possible. Doesn't manage to. He's happy with that. Shan rescues it for China. Lu Luda. Good tackle by Coleman on Gao Yinghao. Tries to get over the ball. It's Fogarty. Wu Jiajun, oh, he's just slipped the tackle. There's one to beat. And he looks like he's struggling out there. Yeah, it's the replacement, Evan Spargo, the 13th man, who finds himself in the spotlight. And there's nowhere to hide out there on a sevens field when you're the last line of defence. And it's Wu Jiajun. He gets his first of the tournament.
Those third place games are normally like kissing your sister, but there was actually something at stake here today, which was good. And we showed a lot of heart, to get into that. The boys were very down. Now we go back to Weihai, have a good rest. And we've made some really big improvements in the past 10, 12 months. And there's still a lot of growth and a lot of improvement left in these boys. So, that's what the next 8, 10 months are about. Just keep working hard and keep getting better.
Hong Kong has put in a performance befitting of the favourites, while Korea has delivered on a union gamble that hosting the tournament could provide a necessary spark. It's now down to a single result.
There we come. Well, this is going to be massive, and the crowd is going to lift themselves again. What a semi-final we saw earlier, Jed. Fireworks here in Incheon, Korea. Here goes Lee Song-bae back into Hong Kong's half as Coquelin battles for that on the ground. Coverdale comes firing out of the blocks out wide to head that one off. Back to Chan Yong-hung. Big defence from Coverdale, forcing the Koreans back. Han has to go down on the ground. Woodward smashes him down to the turf and wins the penalty.
Good work by Russ Webb. Max Woodward playing a beautiful role in that tackle.
Webb goes quick. Coverdale's on his shoulder. Coquelin tries to get his head in there. Hood and Woodward coming over the top with the high shots. Han Kun Kyu. Lee Jones burrowing in there. Russ Webb, the playmakers. Yu Kam Shing can't slip out of Coquelin's tackle. Russ Webb and Kadu Lee and Jamie Hood. These three playmakers in the middle of everything right now. Hood wraps it up in two hands and struggles forward. Just 10 metres out now. 4 minutes gone. Russ Webb sees an opportunity. Coverdale and Jones clearing people out. Jamie Hood goes under near the posts. And they get the first score. There's players strewn all across the field. What an opening couple of minutes. 4 minutes gone. And they hold on, and Korea run out of numbers. So on comes Ben Rimini, and here he is. How many times has he got Hong Kong across the line in both formats of the game? He goes deep, and the Koreans just willingness to cross that dead ball line. And Yu Kam Shin comes screaming through there. And that'll go down as a little mistake against Rimini's name. Something cooking here. They loop around. They've got gas outside. Here goes Jong Yong-sik. Jong Yong-sik. Rimini comes across. Rimini takes him, but he dots it in the corner. And the flag is up over there. Referee Suguru from Japan has seen a boot. Rimini, well, he saved it here. We're going upstairs anyway. Goodness me.
Well, I'm not 100% convinced by the call by the AR. Ben Rimini did superbly getting over there. I'm never going to give him a hard word about being slow ever again. But I don't know if he got there in time. The TMO would ultimately decide that Jong's foot was in touch, confirming the decision of linesman Kamauta Saguru and sending the match into half-time.
Four minutes to go.
Great tackle again by Hood.
Hood just showed him a little bit of sideline there, enough to get him interested in taking it. Hood backed himself, picked him off. Here goes Jang now, Jang Song-min, this big man. Tom McQueen is at sweeper. They're looking for Jang Jong-min. If they give him half a chance, he's not on this edge though. Kim Hyun-soo, halfway through the second half, looking for Jang. Jang and Jang. Here we go then. Here we go. It's Park Wan-yong. Park Wan-yong, there's no one in front. The sweeper's up on the line. And the crowd will tell you they're under the posts. And no one's coming back to make things difficult. He's going to just wait this out. I'm not sure who this favours really, if anyone. Ben Rimini finally, reluctantly, comes back, and that's a great knock from the skipper. They're back in. Game on.
Well, interesting to see, isn't it? So here it is. Here it is. This is what it comes down to. So for a second straight match, Korea had come back to force extra time.
So now they look downfield. They've got the wind howling in their faces. They'll be desperate to force an error here. This is the man, Jang Jong-min. If he gets away, look at the footwork. Look at this, Denmark's after him. Rimini's there. He makes another valuable one, covered out. Just trying to find the pace out wide. Kim Hyun-soo won the turnover. Here's the skipper, Park. This is Chang Yong-hook. He gets out of one. He gets away from Styles. I don't believe it. Korea. Chang Yong-hong against all odds. They went to extra time against China in the semi. They've gone to extra time against Hong Kong. At home, the hosts, they have tried a miracle and they have performed a miracle.
I can't put it into words, honestly. I don't think I've ever been a part of a golden point or a sudden death situation in sevens. I think it just shows the true grit of the boys. Like, I think we're losing in both games as well. To come back, to tie the game, to get to sudden death, and to score those points, it just shows the heart and the passion of the boys.
저희 국내 시합하고 국제 시합하고 일정이 이렇게 겹쳐져 있는 바람에 선수를 소집하기가 굉장히 어려웠습니다. 그래서 그런 여건들을 다 고려해서 저희들은 오로지 올림픽 그 예선을 대비해서 다 감안해서 이렇게 오늘에 오게 됐습니다.
Korea pulls off nothing short of a miracle, and Hong Kong is left to rue what could have been. While Korea celebrates Tokyo 2020, Hong Kong turns its sights on the Olympic repercharge next year. Thanks for watching.